For nearly 1400 years, a city on the edge of the Iranian plateau flourished, its artisans crafting the world's oldest known prosthetic eye, its trade networks reaching from the Indus Valley to Mesopotamia. Then, around 1800 BCE, it burned. Every quarter, every workshop. 5 competing theories attempt to explain what destroyed Iran's enigmatic burnt city, and not one has settled the question. At the eastern edge of the Iranian plateau, the land opens into a broad expanse where the Helmand River once fanned out into fertile lowlands. Here, beneath a sky that swings from blazing sun to winter chill, the ground is layered with fine wind-blown loess, soil rich enough to support fields of wheat, barley, and date palms. This region, now arid and harsh, was once shaped by a network of shallow aquifers, groundwater pooled beneath the surface, fed by ancient floods and the slow seep of mountain snowmelt, offering a reliable source of fresh water even as the rivers shifted their course. These natural reservoirs made the area a rare oasis in a landscape otherwise marked by desert and salt flats. Early settlers could draw water for their crops and herds, digging shallow wells or tapping into the veins of moisture that threaded through the earth. The loess soils, easily worked by hand or simple plough, held nutrients that renewed with each season's flood, allowing for repeated harvests and the steady growth of small farming communities. The meeting of water, fertile ground, and open sky created more than just a place to survive. It offered a foundation for people to gather, trade, and build. Over generations, these advantages drew families and caravans from the surrounding highlands and distant valleys. The crossroads of water and soil became a meeting place for people, a setting where the seeds of urban life could take root, long before the first walls or workshops rose from the plain. If you are fascinated by stories that uncover the hidden past, please like this video and subscribe to our channel to support more explorations into the world's ancient mysteries. Mud brick walls rose along a central north-south street, defining the city's backbone and dividing neighborhoods into organized zones. Early homes clustered around courtyards, their shaded spaces alive with daily routines. Over time, these clusters expanded into blocks of multi-room houses, each with storage alcoves, hearths, and water jars by the door. Archaeologist Dr. Sayed Mansour Sajadi and Professor Enrico Ascaloni mapped the city's growth through these layers, revealing how residential quarters, workshops, and administrative buildings were carefully zoned within the settlement. The city's main street became the heart of urban life, channeling people and carts between homes and the monumental core. At its center stood Building 20, the city's most imposing structure. Originally a courtyard house, it was transformed over generations, gaining a storage chamber and altar, then a monumental facade and painted plaster walls. Clay tablets sealed its rooms, marked with official seals, signaling a shift from family residence to administrative hub. Building 20's evolution points to a bureaucracy capable of managing grain, metal, and lapis across the city. Daily life left its mark in unexpected ways. Among the most remarkable finds was a gold-lined artificial eye discovered in a woman's grave from the city's late phase. Crafted from bitumen and gold foil, and likely worn in life, it speaks to technical skill and the dignity afforded individuals here. Dense clusters of houses, workshops, and storage rooms offered convenience but carried risks. As the population grew and crafts flourished, the tightly packed mud brick architecture meant a single spark could endanger entire blocks, a complexity that shaped both the city's achievements and its vulnerabilities. Bronze clanged and lapis dust shimmered in the heart of Shahr-i Sokhta's specialized workshops. Anonymous artisans, men, women, perhaps even children, shaped the city's fortunes with their hands. In the metalworking quarter, furnaces glowed day and night. Copper from the Zagros and tin, likely from distant Badakhshan, were blended in precise ratios, 5 to 12% tin to copper, to produce a strong, gleaming bronze. Smelters managed the delicate balance of heat and air, pouring molten metal into stone molds to create axes, sickles, and ornate dagger hilts. Every finished tool or ornament reflected a chain of skill, from ore selection to alloying and casting. Nearby, bead makers drilled lapis lazuli, imported from Afghanistan. Flint-tipped borers, some less than 2 millimeters wide, allowed them to pierce the hard blue stone with astonishing precision. Finished beads, polished to a glassy sheen, piled up in waste heaps, evidence that production far outstripped local demand. These beads traveled along trade routes to distant palaces and marketplaces. Textile specialists too left their mark. Spindle whorls and loom weights tell of cotton and wool weaving, with some of the earliest known cotton fibers in the region found here. Each craft required its own tools, kilns, and raw materials, all packed tightly together within the city's industrial zone. The wealth and reputation of Shahr-i Sokhta depended on the steady output of these workshops and on the constant vigilance against sparks and accidents in such a crowded, combustible environment. If you are captivated by the ingenuity of ancient artisans, please like this video and subscribe for more stories that bring the distant past to life. Caravans once wound their way into Shahr-i Sokhta from every direction, carrying goods that had traveled hundreds, sometimes thousands, of kilometers. Lapis lazuli, with its deep blue shimmer, arrived from the Badakhshan mines in what is now northeast Afghanistan. Carnelian beads, polished to a fiery red, came from the riverbeds of Gujarat, far to the southeast. Shells from the Persian Gulf and the Arabian Sea, some cut into pendants and others left whole, testified to contact with distant coastal communities. Each object tells a story of hands passing goods from one merchant to the next across deserts, mountains, and rivers. Scientific analysis has traced these journeys with remarkable precision. Geochemical signatures link lapis beads directly to Badakhshan, while carnelian's mineral fingerprint matches the outcrops near the Gulf of Kambat. Strontium isotope studies of human teeth reveal a population drawn from across the Iranian plateau, the Indus Valley, and even farther afield. The city's workshops finished these raw materials, drilling, polishing, and stringing beads before exporting luxury goods back along the same routes. Shahr-i Sokhta thrived as a hub in this vast network, its prosperity built on the constant movement of people and things. When a city so deeply woven into the web of exchange falls, the ripples travel far beyond its mud brick walls. If you find these stories of ancient connections as fascinating as we do, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more journeys into the past. A band of grey-black ash, nearly 20 centimeters thick in places, divides the city's story into a before and after. This burn horizon, visible across the heart of Shahr-i Sokhta, is more than just a layer of dust. It is the physical record of catastrophe. Radiocarbon dating of charcoal and bone from within this stratum places the event between 1850 and 1800 BCE. Embedded in the ash are fragments of vitrified mud brick, charred roof beams, and the collapsed remains of homes, workshops, and storerooms. Scattered among the debris, archaeologists have recovered the bones of more than 150 people, men, women, and children, many showing signs of exposure to intense heat, but no evidence of violent injury. Their teeth, sometimes still intact, suggest that death came quickly, and that burial followed soon after. Animal bones burned in the same way point to livestock caught inside the city as the fire swept through. Chemical analysis of the ash layer reveals heightened levels of copper, lead, and zinc, likely from the melting of bronze tools and furnace waste, while microscopic traces of charcoal and grass pollen signal a fire that raged hot and fast. This is the silent testimony of a disaster that touched every corner of the city, sparing neither home nor workshop. If you value stories that honor the real lives behind ancient ruins, please like this video and subscribe to help us keep exploring the past with care and respect. 5 theories compete to explain the destruction of Shahr-i Sokhta, each shaped by evidence and uncertainty. The industrial accident model points to the city's dense bronze workshops and ash rich in copper, lead, and zinc, which are clear signs of smelting waste. Yet the devastation stretches beyond the industrial zone, and no collapsed furnaces have been found. The seismic hypothesis notes the city's proximity to fault lines and collapsed walls, but the destruction layer lacks the ground ruptures or shear patterns that would confirm an earthquake coinciding with the fire. Warfare is also considered, given the city's wealth and lack of fortifications. Still, more than 150 skeletons show no perimortem trauma, and there is no concentration of weapons or siege debris. Ritual destruction is suggested by ceremonial objects and incense burners placed in the ash, but the fire's scale and absence of controlled burn patterns challenge this idea. Drought proxies from lake sediments indicate a dry phase around 1900 BCE, and charred grasses in the ash hint at environmental stress. But drought alone cannot explain the city-wide high-temperature blaze. Each theory answers part of the puzzle, but none fully accounts for the scale and speed of the disaster. Shahr-i Sokhta's ruins remind us that even monumental cities can vanish, their stories unfinished. As new discoveries surface, our understanding of ancient resilience and vulnerability shapes how we face uncertainty today. Every mystery endures until we choose to look closer. Like and subscribe for more untold histories.